So, Christopher Bell won this weekend's race at New Hampshire. It was his first race win of the season, first win in the Cup Series at this racetrack. He's got quite a few in the Xfinity Series, and second career win. Now, it looked like Martin Truex was going to win this race. He started on the pole. He led the most laps, and he won both stages. But with 80-something laps to go, there was a caution for Todd Gilliland spinning out. And here's where pit strategy comes into play. 3 drivers who pit on the last caution: Kurt Busch, Joey Logano, and Cole Custer, they stay out. And the leaders, the drivers, they have to drive past these 3 drivers. And Chase Elliott and Christopher Bell were able to get past them faster than Truex and Harvick, who were the dominant drivers earlier, were able to. And the rest is history. Now, Chase Elliott and Christopher Bell, they took 2 tires as opposed to Martin Truex Jr. and Kevin Harvick, who took 4. Sorry, Truex and Harvick took 2, and Chase Elliott and Bell took 4. Maybe 4 tires was what made the difference. I don't know. But on the long run, with 42 laps to go, Christopher Bell was able to take the lead, and he would go on to win the race. Elliott would finish second. Bubba Wallace would finish third, who also took 4 tires. Truex would finish 4th, and Harvick finished 5th. Now, this race is, in regard to what went on during the race, or some earlier events, you saw a few laps into the race, Alex Bowman ended up getting taken out in an incident. Bowman, Justin Haley, B.J. McLeod were involved in. That's what happened. Bowman qualified badly. That's what happens sometimes when you qualify badly like that. Kyle Busch, he spun out by himself twice in the race, so he had his issues. It wasn't the best race for him. He had issues with the handling of his car, and during stage 2, Brad Keselowski and Austin Dillon had an on-track altercation. I think Austin Dillon was mad at Brad for some reason, and they made contact and had to come down pit road to repair their cars. However, Brad Keselowski was able to rally from that and finish 7th. Now, in regard to this was an important race because of the playoff implications of the race. Christopher Bell, he was the 14th winner of the season. Before this race, he was the final car that was in the playoffs on points. He had a narrow lead over Harvick. Now, the only 2 drivers in the playoffs without a win are Ryan Blaney and Martin Truex. Blaney has a 37-point lead over Truex, and Truex has a 68-point lead over Harvick. If there's any upset winners, these 2 drivers are in trouble. So, anyway, I enjoyed watching this race because it was an interesting strategy race. There was a lot of different strategies involved in the final stage there. I feel like out of the 3 cars, and by the way, Kurt Busch, all 3 drivers who stayed out, they all ended up coming down pit road. Kurt Busch, Logano, and Custer. I feel like out of all those 3 drivers, Kurt Busch had the best strategy because with 30 laps to go, he came down pit road for 4 tires, and he was able to drive all the way back up to 10th. So it's not the race that people view as being the most exciting, but I enjoyed watching this race because there was a lot of strategy involved and major playoff implications as well. So there you have it.